OWINO'S latest appearance in Bondo has rattled the political ground in a way few expected. What began as a simple condolence visit to mourn Beryl Odinga, the sister of the late Raila Odinga, quickly turned into a dramatic show of influence that sent quite tremors from the villages of Siaya straight to the gates of Statehouse. For years, power brokers in both the ruling camp and within ODM dismissed Babu Owino as a loud outsider, a young firebrand whose politics thrived on controversy rather than depth. But the scenes that unfolded in Bondo told a different story. They painted a picture of a man who has been quietly building muscle, laying roots and positioning himself as a player in the succession race that many thought was reserved for older, more established faces.
Talking about unity, unity means you allow people, even those you don't like. So Mom, I'm borrowing your time, but I want a friend of mine to just wave where he is, because he's part of us. That's my friend BABU over there.
The shock did not come from his presence at the burial. Leaders attend burials every day. It came from everything that happened after. Once Babu left the burial ground, his convoy was swallowed by a swelling crowd that seemed to emerge from every corner. By the time he hit the road, the streets had turned into a rolling sea of supporters, chanting his name with a force that could not be ignored. This was not a small reception. It was the kind of spontaneous mass reception that political strategists study carefully, because it reveals one thing: the people have picked a favorite, or at least someone they are ready to listen to. The chants grew louder and the crowd thickened, transforming what was meant to be a quiet exit into an unplanned political rally that stretched across several centers. Then came the rallies he held after. Turnout was far beyond what local leaders had projected. People did not stroll in out of curiosity. They ran, they surged, they followed the convoy like they were chasing a promise they had waited for too long to hear. In a region where loyalty to Raila has defined political identity for decades, this kind of reception for Babu Owino was more than a warm welcome. It was a sign that the winds in Nyanza may be shifting. What stung the most in Nairobi was the timing. President Ruto has been working overtime to claw his way into the Nyanza vote basket. He has built roads, pumped money into projects, held meetings with local leaders, and made high-profile trips to the region. His strategy has been clear and deliberate: break the solid block that has always stood behind Raila.
Wewe mwananchi, wewe mpigaji kura, mtu ambaye hana sera, hana mpango, hana agenda, hana maono, wewe utampigia kura? Utampatia nafasi ya kukusumbua? Mimi na
But while Statehouse was pushing its way into Nyanza, Babu Owino seemed to be rising from within the region itself. His sudden surge looked like a reminder that influence in Nyanza is not built through handshakes on the Statehouse lawn. It is built on the ground, in the dust, in the noise of crowded market centers, and in the emotional heat of a people who want someone who can speak their language without hesitation. To ODM loyalists, the spectacle was both inspiring and unsettling. Inspiring because it showed the party still has strong grassroots firepower. Unsettling because Babu's star seemed to burn too brightly, too suddenly, challenging the delicate balance of succession politics that has quietly formed after Raila's death from active politics. The big question now whispering through political corridors is whether Babu Owino is rewriting Raila's political will in Nyanza. For a long time, the region has waited for a political successor. Names have been floated, debated, fought over, and at times imposed, but none has sparked such raw excitement among the youth, the working class, and the frustrated voter like Babu did during his impromptu BONDO tour. His brand of politics mixes confidence, defiance, emotional appeal, and a stake of rebellion that resonates deeply with many who feel ignored by national politics. Whether one agrees with him or not, he pulls crowds with ease. He speaks in a rhythm that matches the frustrations of the unemployed young people and the ambition of the hustler trying to rise. The panic in some corners is understandable. If Babu continues on this path, he becomes more than an MP with national visibility. He becomes a regional force that other political players must negotiate with. And for the first time in a long while, Nyanza seems to be flirting with a new kingpin, not because the seat was vacant, but because someone appears bold enough to claim it.
But I want a friend of mine to just wave where he is, because he's part of us. That's my friend Babu Owino over there.
Babu Owino's BONDO moment was not an accident. It was a statement, a bold, loud warning shot that echoes across both ODM and Statehouse. The ground is moving, and those who underestimated him may soon find themselves watching from the sidelines as he carves out a political path that none of them saw coming.